Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be talking about the Pixel 8a smartphone. This is the smartphone that I have, and this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to talk about this device and why I feel at its current price point it simply does not make that much sense. This was launched in India for 53,000 rupees. And I feel if you are even a Pixel fanboy or something, you really like Pixel, spend a little bit more and get the regular Pixel 8, I feel, because at this price point, it is very difficult for me to justify this smartphone, and I will not recommend my friends and relatives this smartphone at this price point. Yes, there is a 4,000 rupees discount, card discount, so it comes down to 49,000. But even for that price, 49,000, I can't justify this Pixel 8a device for a 8a series, because to be frank, yes, the regular Pixel 8 goes ahead in a lot of areas. There is one area where in fact I was very surprised that this Pixel 8 is better than 8a is better than the Pixel 8. I'll talk about that, and I feel this might become a pretty good device in India if the price falls down. We have seen that traditionally with Pixel devices, especially with the A devices. Earlier, if you recall, it was launched at a very high price and the price fell down drastically after a couple of months, and I feel that might happen even for this device. So if the price falls down to, let's say, around, I don't know, around 35,000 or something, around that price point, then this will make sense. But as of now, for 53k, I simply can't recommend. But let's talk about some of the things that I have noticed. And in fact, this is very, very similar to the Pixel 8, as you can see. So there are a few things that in fact I liked about the Pixel 8a compared to even the Pixel 8, and these were a big surprise to me. In fact, in terms of screen overall brightness in actual outdoor sun, this Pixel 8a is getting a lot more brighter, and the screen is a lot more legible in direct harsh sunlight here in summer in India compared to even the Pixel 8. They say this is just about 2000 nits of peak brightness, but trust me guys, this is actually way more legible even compared to the Pixel 8. In fact, it is way brighter than many of the other flagship Android smartphones. In fact, it is way brighter than even this Xiaomi 14 Ultra, even the OnePlus 12, which they claim is about 4000 nits of brightness. If that is 4000 nits of brightness, this should be about 6000 nits of brightness. The only smartphone that is slightly brighter, I would say, in outdoor direct sunlight is this S24 Ultra. So that way I really like the screen brightness on this. They're not playing gimmicks. They call it this new thing called Actua display, and that is really making a difference in direct sunlight, I would say. So that is good. One more small thing that I noticed, and somewhat you might not notice if you don't have the regular Pixel 8, is that there is quite a bit of hump on this Pixel 8. And here, yes, again we have that visor, that hump, but that hump is not that much on this one. So that way I feel this is done well. Also in terms of build quality, I would say the build quality feels very premium on this. Yes, there is a con. This does not have a glass back. This is again polycarbonate kind of a thing. In fact, it feels like glass. In fact, this is a fingerprint, but this is not glass like the Pixel 8. Also, again, this is having the same processor that we find on the Pixel 8 Pro. That's the Tensor G3. And I did a little bit of gaming with this one, and I still feel if you're sort of a hardcore gamer or something, stick with smartphones that are having the Snapdragon SoC, I would say. I could game Call of Duty with this one, fine, but I noticed that the handset tends to heat up quite a bit with gaming. So that is something I noticed. Also coming to the camera, the good thing is that the camera is fully functional even on this Pixel 8a. The main camera is a 64 megapixel. Then we have a 13 megapixel ultra wide, very similar to this. In fact, I took some photographs and if I don't label which is which, you can't distinguish between them. So that way I would say the camera is actually good on this one. Also now this Pixel 8a will also have that 7 years of OS upgrade, and that is the big thing about Pixel stock Android experience, no bloatware or anything. So that is what this one is also having, and this will also get 7 years of upgrades. And also it has the new AI features. In fact, I won't go into all the features. In fact, watch my video of the Pixel 8 where I showcase some of the AI features like that audio eraser and all those things, how effective they were. The same thing is there even on this one. In fact, that circle to search with Google that we earlier saw with Samsung smartphones is also there on this one. So that way all the AI features are there, and in the future also when new AI features will release, hopefully most of them will also come out to this one. Depending upon the RAM, I would say this one also has 8 gigabytes of RAM, just like the Pixel 8. One more thing that I liked is that, and I thought this might be a slight compromise compared to the regular Pixel 8, but I'm happy to say that the stereo speakers output is excellent on the Pixel 8a, very well done, and also the haptic feedback, that is the vibration motor, is done well. But now let's come to some of the compromises that Google had to do to launch the Pixel 8a, because this is supposed to be the more affordable variant of the Pixel, so they had to do some, what do you say, cuttings to differentiate it a little bit compared to the Pixel 8. But considering the price point, I would say it does not make that much sense. One thing that is very, very evident is, notice the bezels on the Pixel 8a. These are super big for a smartphone that is costing almost about 50,000 rupees, and I think so they did this intentionally to differentiate it from the Pixel 8, because the screen in terms of brightness in outdoor conditions is better than the Pixel 8. So the team must have thought, how can we give a better, way better display compared to the Pixel 8? So they, I think so, intentionally they've added that borders to this one, and that is actually I don't know, for some reason it is actually visible a lot more on this Pixel 8a compared to other phones. So that is something I noticed. Also, for some reason the glass protection on the front is just Gorilla Glass 3, which again I feel is in 2024 Gorilla Glass 3. I don't know. Again, back, as I've told you, it's not glass, but feels like actually glass, but this is not actually glass. Fortunately, wireless charging is still there on this smartphone. I tested it and worked, but it's restricted to 7.5 watts. But the biggest, I would say, criminal thing that Pixel did is that this Pixel 8a, the maximum charging is capped to just 18 watts. Why? Yes, I understand it's not a flagship or whatever, but even your flagships don't have that super fast charging. So let it be at those 30 watts or something like that. But this is just capped to about 18 watts. So that is something that I have noticed. Also, one strange thing that I've noticed is that I thought it will be the same, because both of them are having the Tensor G3 chipset. And in regular usage, I did not find much of a difference between both of them, and I was using both of them get slightly warm, particularly the bezels, because these are metallic bezels, you feel the slight heat. But when I was stressing this phone a little bit, I noticed that the Pixel 8a tends to heat up a little bit more compared to the Pixel 8. So looks like the thermals are slightly inferior compared to the Pixel 8. And in regular usage, when I was in Wi-Fi or something using these devices, I did not have a problem. But when I was using it on mobile data quite a bit, and yes, I understand it's summer, it's pretty hot, the handset tends to get a little bit, I would say, warm to slightly hot. It's not as bad as the Pixel 7 series, mind you guys. Those were heating irons they used to get on mobile data. But this certainly gets slightly warm on mobile data when you're using it, and particularly this border gets warm to touch. That is something I have noticed. That is the issue with the Tensor G3, and that actually continues even with this one. Now coming to some of the alternatives for the Pixel series at about 35,000, I thought this I should mention, because person who's going for a Pixel smartphone or something like that, he would not like extra bloatware or stuff like that, and it should be very close to what he says and stock Android experience. Sadly, we don't have a lot of options in India, but I think so at the, I don't know, about 30 or to 35,000 price point, we do have some options, I would say. That's why I feel the Pixel team in India needs to be a lot more aggressive if they want to capture that price point and that kind of market, I would say. We have options like the Moto Edge 50 Pro, which also has a lot of features what the Pixel is having. Very close to stock Android, not totally, but yeah, I would say very close to that. And also we have the Nothing Phone 2. And in fact, both these devices, I would say, heat up a lot less compared to the Pixel 8a. So those are the options. Yes, I feel in the camera this will go ahead, but I feel the Samsung S23 FE, which was also available earlier for 35,000, also has the new AI features, and also the camera on that one is also good. So it's not like people are not having other options in India, and hence I feel Google India got the pricing of this Pixel 8a in India very, very long. It's very, very close to the Pixel 8. And if you are a Pixel, what do you say, fanboy or whatever, I would say invest a little bit more and just get the regular Pixel 8. This, I feel there is hope for this device if the price falls down, as I've told you, by what, 12,000-15,000, and it might happen in the next couple of months. So if you're itching for this device at this current price point at about 53,000, even if you take that 4,000 rupees off credit card, 49,000, I simply cannot recommend this device to my friends and relatives. But if the price falls down in the next couple of months and comes closer to about 35,000 bucks, then this can be an interesting device. And if that happens, then I'll try to post my full in-depth review. And I feel this is something that I just wanted to add. I've written down some notes. Google needs to actually have a retake on this A series devices. There are rumors that this might be one of the last A series devices also. So maybe Google is going to come out with a new series or whatever. But I feel if they're going to do that in the future, maybe next year or whatever, they need to actually use a different chipset compared to their flagships. I know, because they're using the flagship chipsets, they can't bring down the price of this device because the chipset cost is one of the highest cost in a smartphone. I feel for their mid-range devices like this A series or whatever they plan in future, they can opt for a mid-range chipset like the Snapdragon 7th generation chipset. Thereby they can bring down the pricing of these A series devices or whatever mid-range devices they have in the future, and that way it will be a lot more differentiator compared to the regular Pixel series. But anyways, these are my thoughts about the Pixel 8a. What do you guys feel about this one? Do let me know in the comment section below. Anyways guys, if you guys are still not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.